This week, we're going to talk about why winning isn't everything. Hello, welcome to Adulting Piece by Piece, where we figure out life one chaotic puzzle piece at a time. I'm Lola, she's Lily, we're confused. It's okay.
It's a good episode this time.
We are having an Ontario wine. It's a capsule of Basque. Apparently it's zero sugar. I had never seen the label zero sugar on wine before, so I'm very curious.
Yeah, me too.
Basque. It means to lie or relax in pleasant warmth or atmosphere.
To
revel in, to take pleasure and enjoyment. Ooh.
I actually had a rosé of this brand and I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
I haven't had the red though, so let's see.
Let us find out.
All right, tell us about today's...
Why winning is not everything?
I actually, why winning is not everything, I think this is my kind of favorite topic. I think it's like kind of gonna connect all our episode together.
Ooh. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Cheers. I like where this is going apparently.
All right, so the why I'm saying it connecting all of our episode together, because in other sense, for example, we talk about, so I think it was like in one of our episodes, I think it was like fitness.
Yeah.
We were saying that if you just get out of the house, go to the gym, put your clothes on, even if you sit down and you're scrolling through your
you said that. I did not say that.
I
was like, why are you scrolling?
Yeah. We should take that person should take it as a win, because the win is they went out of the house.
Yeah,
because we are in society, we judge everything to the core, that we don't know what that person is going through. And that person win, you know how we say win of the week? That person's win was to get out of the house, even though was not doing workout.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean.
Fair.
In a lot of our episodes, we actually do talk about.
Yeah, that's
Let's just take one step at a time and be humble. However,
that was such a fast however.
I know. For me, when winning becomes so important, it's just the sport. Because I think like you work
like
so
you're running,
hard.
for example?
Oh, I will tell you. For running, there is a saying, actually, that they say running gets so hard that the minute you put your shoes on and you get out of a house, it's a win. You don't need to run a mile.
Yeah.
That's a saying. I don't know, maybe they use this saying in a lot of other aspects, but in running, that's like a specific thing.
Yeah.
They're like, the minute you
count
as a win. You don't need to run a mile. Like, but then it should be for all other aspects. So like the minute you get out, the minute you do this, you So, but when it comes to like, let's see, soccer, football, basketball, right now the Winter Olympic is happening.
Yes.
So I think you work towards something to win. You work so hard for that gold medal.
Yeah.
So I think that's the only time win matters. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
but for who? I think the reason for people think it matters so much for sports is because like it's not even about that person, right? For that person, like they have like their country's pressure on them. Everyone's watching, right? So, but it matters because it's like sports also matter in other ways. Like national sports team, for example, soccer. If you look at a lot of the countries that are like politically not in the best situations, like a lot of Latin American countries, soccer is such a big deal. Or like football for Americans. It's a occasion that brings people together. Like it's a sense of competition, which is like in some ways healthy because everyone gets together, they watch it, like etc. But then it also brings out like the crazy side of people, right? Like it's such a cult thing almost in a way. So it's like it matters a lot. So it's not just so the winning really does matter, but like does it matter for that person?
I feel
and is it healthy for them for it to matter that much?
For me, the way I look, because I love sport, but like I'm trying to like now I'm being a devil advocate.
Yeah.
For that person, kind of matter as well, because sport, it's about their skills.
Yeah.
Another thing that I feel like it's gonna connect it, because like on other episode we were talking about privilege.
Yeah.
At the sport, the only time privilege doesn't matter, it's actually in the game. Your skills and hard work matter.
Well, yes and no. Like you needed the parents that, like for example, I have several coworkers that are putting their kids into these like spending 40, 50K a year, putting their kids into these competitive sports, investing the money. Like you could have all the talent if you didn't have someone support you.
No. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this exactly how it actually doesn't matter.
Very few cases.
So let's just assume for soccer, okay?
Yeah.
Because we're talking about that individual person, that parents pumped him up so much and became this person
Yeah.
to be. But at the team, let's say for Messi can never win. Messi is this amazing soccer player for Barcelona, okay? But can never win. I know the couple World Cups ago was different for Argentina, but cannot bring World Cup all the time for its country. Why? Because it's a team player. One individual cannot like take care of all the game. So if even his amazing player, he's this number one world soccer, he can't even win. He actually, sometimes they don't even qualify for the World Cup. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. If you look at it from other side, like for instance, David Beckham, he is this big soccer player. But like
he's not the greatest soccer player that has been ever born in the UK. I'm sure there's plenty of other little kids, if they went through the life experience of
but
him,
he was actually poor. He was the poorest soccer player. He was from the south of United Kingdom. His parents were poor. He's actually the best example to say that he came from the poor. Even Messi, even Ronaldo, like these are actually the poorest people who became the greatest because they had the skills. They had the skill to be picked. Like any soccer player, you could say.
So it was the privilege because they had the skills.
The skills comes from their privilege. But again, my point is, in the sport game, until like it's individual game, like for swimming, for the big team players, your privilege means zero crap. Like it doesn't mean anything.
Something, but like because you need a coach that can see the different
you
players.
You need the team. Yeah. You need to. So
you need a good coach that sees everyone's skills.
You need a team player. You need to be such
a
good person. You need to have the skillship. You need to be a good. Like you need to have your teams to support you, for you to score, to shoot, to like. You need every aspect of it. You can't just have mommy, daddy's money. You need to have all your cards. So that's what I mean. It's the only time, as much as you have this big name, it doesn't mean anything. Because you could be this big of name. So that's what I mean. In a sport where we talk about win, it matters because I guess sport kind of like brings community. That's how like soccer is one of the big thing. Like it's the only time your entire country, like let's talk about like India, okay? Their cricket is the big game. It's only time everyone is equal. They don't care if you're rich, you're poor, you're middle. They're all watching one game. They're all watching one thing. And that's why
nation building.
It's a nation building, a community building. So I think that's only time winning matters. And then each player, they take it as a pride, not too much as like a hardship. Like, oh my God, they're putting too much pressure. They're actually taking it pride. The reason
except that there's been a soccer player that's been
David
murdered.
Beckham,
murdered. This has happened because they like, what did he accidentally? So it's like there's a healthy limit of competition, which is a topic I was gonna get to later, but let's talk about now. So like this idea of wanting to win things, like sports or anything else aside, wanting to accomplish something and win something, it's, to me, in a way, it's good because a sense of competition is what gives you motivation to keep going at something. And you can be competitive with other people, or you can also be competitive with yourself. Like I remember for me, like getting the Apple Watch at the beginning, it helped me to see other people like finish a workout, like friends that I have on the watch. Because then it was like, oh, like Lily just ran, like, oh, I didn't feel like doing a workout, but like, let me just go do it. Like it gave me that push, the competition with other people, even though it's like friendly and like not serious. But then after a while, I got over that. So now it's really just competition with myself. Like I don't even notice like other people's activity. But then like for some people that can go way too far. So there's like a fine line when it's healthy and actually motivates you to do better. And then there comes a point where it's like crazy.
Just stepping aside from a sport factor, I don't think winning is actually everything. Because you know how parents compete, everyone, like even the two kids to each other, or like look at that kid got A, why are you not getting it? Look at that kid is in too many sports, why are you not in too many sports? It's just like for them, their child to succeed, it's a win, but it's to what cause? The child, if the child is, the thing is like some parents are like, as long as my child is polite and does this doesn't talk back, I take that as a win. But there's always a limit, because if you put that much pressure on the child do anything to impress you because you're seeing it as a win. Doesn't matter if you see it as a grade, you're seeing it as a politeness, you see as a, I don't know, game. You just have to take that pressure away from your child and say like, if I'm pushing you, it's because of given reason, given give an example. Like if you good at this, this is for your own benefit. If you're good at this, like you don't need to be bringing A. You just have to, you learn skills while you're building that.
Yeah.
So that's where like you need to have an explanation to child, because we are from generation, it was just like expected, you know.
Yes.
We had this silent expectation. We had to impress our
Not
parents.
always silent.
Not always silent, you know, but there was always that, what is that called?
Pressure
like
on
pressure
you.
on you. Yeah.
Unwritten pressure.
That's what I mean. Like that's where our whole topic comes. Like, in what cause, like, is winning everything?
Yeah. So you said something that I liked in what you said. Like if you're for example trying to get A's, if you're trying to do this, like what is it changing in you? What are you achieving? And to me, I think something we don't focus on that we should focus on is that in your pursuit of winning or conquering something, I think you're successful if you actually improved, right? So for example, if you go back to a sport one, for example, if you did your half marathon last year, you set yourself a goal that you wanted to conquer. It's not that you actually finished a half marathon, that's the win. Like it is, obviously. But what's actually the win is that like you were consistent for however many months to keep going and training towards this goal. I'm sure it was a physical and a mental challenge to like overcome and actually get there. Like that's the actual win. Otherwise, I think why people sometimes win something or like achieve something that they wanted and then they don't feel good about it after, or it just feels like, okay. Like for example, if you're like, oh, I like one day I want to drive this like fancy car, and then you get that car and then you're like, because like it's the things that you built, like the process it took for you to, for example, like work harder to get a better job, like save your money, etc., that got you to that place. Like that's the real win. Like the car was just like whatever, the finish line.
Yeah.
Because then if you think about it that way, like once you get there, it's like, so what? Now it's over.
Yeah.
So like it's almost like the chase was fun because it gave you something to work towards. I think also that it's like a good thing and a bad thing, because if you're constantly doing it for like the chase part and you're not aware of what's improving in you to get there, you're gonna constantly set like bigger and bigger goals. Yeah. Which is good, but also exhausting. Like this is how people burn out, essentially.
Yeah, I think like this is like, and a whole another topic, we should talk about it later. It's like addiction. People become addicts because of that chase, because of that good feeling. Yeah. They want to keep, but in a long time, it's gonna fade. Yes. So how, like another one, like how people chase life, you know, they're like chasing, they want to like, oh, I'm gonna like work hard, go to this university, get this job, like how you had this plan. I'm gonna be married. I want to have this. I want to, like you have this and you're chasing it because you're working so hard for that chase. Yeah. And then when it doesn't work, you be like, wow, why I did all of this. Exactly. You're like, and then a lot of people go to deep depression and like, they take their own life. This is a whole, because that chase, that high was went away. Because as an addiction shows that the first one is good, third, fourth, but then it gets worse because it doesn't give you that high anymore. Yeah. So I think because us millennials, we know this now because we are from part of that generation that we were raised of, like, as we talk about in our privilege episode, if you do this, you're gonna get better. If you do that, the work. So we are basically chasing that high or win all the time. But if you just take a moment and be like, you don't need that fancy job, fancy house. Like, sit down, be humbled. You know what I mean? It's just like, take a deep breath and take everything as a win. For example, for me, I wanted like, oh my God, I want to have bigger house. I want to have this. And, and then suddenly I looked at my husband and I was like, you know, I have a house right now. A lot of people cannot even afford this house I'm sitting in. I don't need a bigger house. Yes, a bigger house will be better. Honestly, it will be more comfort. But at what cost do I want a bigger house? Do I want a bigger house to pay a bigger mortgage? To, like, you know, at what cost? We have to actually sit down and see. Yes, it would improve my life, but at what cost? And then that's where the burnout comes. That's where, because like you see everyone has it, but like, oh, my other coworker have, but then if you look at it, your other coworker got that house when they were super young because they came to this, like everything has different. We need to stop comparing yourself to our neighbors because they're always, what is that called? The grass is greener
on the other side, but it's actually greener where you water it most. But
I didn't know that.
That's so boring. I'm always going back to throw in the toxic comment when you get too like healthy. I'm like,
I'm like, even, I think we talk about our friend that she wanted to date this person that is always like, and I was like, boring is good. Why are we keep being married to a loser or boring or like this? It's like,
I mean, a loser would be boring.
You know what I mean? But like, in that person might be loser to your eye. I'm telling you.
I have amazing
exactly.
eyes. This is true.
It's like we're such a judgmental people. Society. Because,
but I keep telling you, Lily, it's fun. What would we talk about if we didn't judge people?
I am like this most. I'm always gonna go for a boring because that's how I left social media, because the social media inputs you like, no, we need this. And then we were talking about it like this West teaches you like, no, this is it. I think it was on like one of the work episodes we were talking, like it promotes you that, oh my God, we're at job, you're a family. No, you're not a family. You're not my family. You will never give me a blood. You will never give me your kidney, I know my family wouldn't either, but like, I'm like, just saying, boring is good. Who told you boring is bad?
But like you do need, okay, back to like the whole winning thing. If you're always gonna be like okay with status quo, you're never gonna get anywhere either.
Who says I'm not?
Because like if you have zero sense of competition with yourself or with others, you're never gonna try to improve anything that you do. So then yes, you're not gonna get anywhere.
For me,
you need some slight degree, either against others or yourself.
Like whoever told you that, it's a lie, because people have their own limit, and if we understand our own limit, we will be happy. We will actually be happy society.
I'm not saying don't be happy. Sure, yes. I'm just saying if you are a person that wants to advance in life, like to do better, like whatever it is, wherever it is that you're at now, if you want to do better than that, you need some level of competition, either with yourself or against others.
Okay, so let's see.
You improve.
So so right now me. Yeah. I'm actually like, I'm like in my own lane. Yeah. I am happy where I am. Yes, I want a better paid job, which I'm doing it. But that's just like whoever wants it. But there's people who works at Walmart or Home Depot forever. Like they've been there.
How many of those people do you know that are actually happy?
I don't know. I haven't talked to them.
They're generally not happy.
You actually, that's the thing though. We're just judging from a far side because
I remember working at places like that. They're not, the people that are like older working there are generally not happy.
But like the thing is, that was good for them. If you look at it, maybe they had so much going on in their life, they couldn't, they didn't have the education, or it's just like, we just have to stop competing even with our own self. For me, there's nothing wrong with me and my husband to be where we are. Like, as I said,
that's different. You should be grateful for where you're at now and be happy with where you're at now, and still can have a healthy sense of drive and competition to improve your life and to compete with others to improve your life. Like, having a sense of competition is not like exclusive of, no, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's not like if you have a little bit of sense of competition that you're unhappy with where you are now. You can have both. You can be happy with where you are now and be grateful for it, and still want to strive for it. But
like the thing is, yes, a lot of people, but you have to be clear. You know what I mean? Yeah. You have, like, you can't be like, oh, I'm where I am and I want a bigger house, and that's my motive to move because it makes me to get a bigger job, but then you're putting yourself to more debt. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so maybe something to say to that, that's what I mean, to have it justified. Like if you say I want a bigger house, why do you want a bigger house?
Exactly. So if you start questioning it, you become like, I'm happy where, so you could compete about, like, I don't know, give yourself, if you want that drive, so like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna build a birdhouse, or I'm gonna, these are might sound boring for you, but these are actual real life. Real life is not about like run. Real life is not about like chasing. Real life isn't about like, that's not a real life. That's like a society, movies, books that selling us. If you look at it, I remember in one of the episodes you were talking about that, like, if you're in this village, those people village in Italy, they're not depressed. But if you look at them, they're actually the most boring people, because they get up, they drink their coffee, they sit down on their step of the street, and they chit chat and they gossip, and that's it. They're happy with that. And you see in your eyes, they're the most happiest people on earth. You see that this
but
is what I mean.
The reasons
like,
actually they say for those people they're happy is because knowing your community is one of the most important factors in your happiness, apparently. So the reason why so many people in the West are unhappy is because, one, we don't have a sense of community. We don't know, like, how many of your neighbors can you name? I don't know any of mine.
I don't know any of them, yeah.
So people lack community, and we're social beings.
But like you
so
see,
there's
always
steady, calm, predictable.
There's like that's what we need to stop selling this win idea to the society.
Yeah.
Like you can, you're like, oh my god, if you're at home and if you're just watching TV and if you're not moving your body,
you need to wake up at 3 a.m.
Yeah, you're
drink
like,
this, go to the
what
gym
are you
for
like
4
as
hours.
You just said it? What are you competing? You're not even competing for yourself. You're a loser. You're this. You're losing in your life. Baba, I just wanted to drink.
Baba means dad in Farsi.
It's like, yo
man.
I just want to drink my wine. There's actually nothing wrong because like just us getting up, working, making money, and having enough money to eat, that's a win. That's just a win.
Fair.
Because right now, if you want, that's not sounding ungrateful. That's just life. Like we are making this life to be this glorified gold bells and whistles. Life is actually super simple if you look at it. The core of life is living. Just live. How you define living in your own definition, stick to it. Living in my definition is simple as you can be. Whatever, the minute I get up, because it's hard for me to sometimes get up. The minute I get up, drink my coffee, as I mentioned a lot of time, drink my coffee, wash my face, that I take that a win. I don't need to go run a half marathon. You know what I mean? Yes, I did run a half marathon. I signed up for another one. That's just me pushing myself. But I tell myself, and you're listening, if I even not do that, it's still a win. If I don't, like, I take that as a win. I don't need this society. I don't need you. I don't need my neighbor to tell me.
I am here to tell you.
Like
why
if you're not if you're not competing with yourself or you're not competing with like boring is good. Please stick to a boring, because if you're happy when you're boring, you won. Because if you're not happy,
I think there's limits to everything, right?
Of course there's limits.
Find the moderation.
Like, of course,
that's
if you like, that's what I mean. And that's where like the whole depression comes. That's where the suicide. It's like a whole thing. It's like a whole generation trauma comes. But if you stick to basic, if you learn how to be happy by yourself,
very
how
important.
to be happy when you're sitting and drinking your coffee, if you're happy just building your puzzle by yourself, drinking wine by yourself, going to movie by yourself.
Maybe don't drink wine by yourself.
No, like why not? Like going to movie by yourself, like go to like these are solo travelers that they go. If you're happy, that's the goal. You hit the core of existing because you're happy by yourself. And then if someone comes along, you share that happiness together. You build something together, you know?
Yeah.
That's where the win comes. We need to make it win as simple as possible, my friend.
And there you have
Mic drop.
Cheers. Cheers. Okay, so to summarize everything that you just said.
Yes, my friend, go ahead.
This is the 101. Winning is not everything for dummies. Summary.
What is that book? Dummy? Yeah.
Basically, what you are trying to get at is be happy and grateful for where you are at. Life is not about constant wins and conquering things. However, it's good to want more things and improve things, but like take it at a steady pace that's healthy for you, depending on where you are at in life. And if anytime you're trying to achieve something, maybe think about why you're trying to achieve it. So if you say like, I want to get in the best shape of my life, why are you doing it? If it's because you're like, oh, because I have a family and I want to live long to be with my family. I have this disease and I want to make sure that like it doesn't stop my life short, essentially. Or like you're like, I want a bigger house. Why? Is it just because you want to show off to your cousin Karen? Or is it because like you have 3 kids and you literally think you could use the extra space in the house because then they could have a playroom, Like think through the goals you set for yourself so that they're actually good and healthy for you. And then be moderate in your life and work towards it in a healthy way, because the real win is like you developing better habits, you becoming more consistent, you learning to like appreciate things more. Like the journey to get to whatever that goal is, that's your actual win.
Yeah.
Which is why when you get to the end, if you set that as your actual financial goal, sometimes you're like, eh.
Yeah, because the end is dying. That's our end.
Oh no.
No, that's real.
Oh,
like
no.
You're gonna get old and saggy. That's the end. So let me tell
Saggy
you what.
with the tattoos.
Yeah. That's the end. So you better enjoy this journey. You better enjoy this journey, this up and down of this. Like, you know, I see life. This is like my simplest way. I see life as a car ride. You jump in a car. And you're driving.
Yeah.
That car, you didn't choose it. You could have a car as a Ferrari. You could have a car as a beat up Honda Civic.
Yeah.
Because that's a life you got dealt with, okay?
Yeah.
How you handle it in that journey, it's all up to you.
Yeah.
Because you could be happy on your beat up Honda Civic, or you could move up to make it better.
Why are we hating on Civics?
No,
Cars.
or you could like you got dealt with a Ferrari and you lost that Ferrari. Do you know what I mean?
True.
And in that journey, you start looking at like, who am I gonna pick up in this life? Am I gonna pick up junkies? Am I gonna pick up a best partner? And you kind of like, oh, I'm gonna choose a partner that sometimes I could share this ride with. Sometimes I'm gonna pull over and grab coffee. Like, you know, I'm gonna pump gas. Do I have money to pump? Pump gas. It's like, can I even, do I have the capacity to fix my car? Because if you look, I'm telling you, look at life as simple as you can. If you look at life as a car, you need to take care of that car too. The car is, the battery dies, the windshield dies, you're gonna have some stormy, some sunny, like there's weather change. That's just generally the life, okay? And like, you know, you brought like, if you have 3 kids, can I afford this? You go, like, you were like, does my car fit 3 kids in it? Do you know what I mean? Can I, if I bring in 3 kids to this world, can I upgrade my car and get those van that opens, a soccer player comes out? That's what I mean. You need to plan your life. You need to see where you are, where you're at, how you want to get it, where you want to get it. If you look at it, like, that's legit, that's how it is. Because life, that's what I mean, like winning in sport and life are totally different, because the win at life, the end goal is death. You know, it is,
man. I've never heard you so gloomy.
No, I mean, like,
but I mean, yes, it's fact.
Like, all these stuff you're gonna collect during this like life, you can never take it with you, so enjoy. Like, see, that's what I mean. Like, let's see, you have these 3 kids, you're looking at sitting in the house, and you're like, yes, there's no space for me to have a playroom, but why I'm not taking my kids to go to park and play? Why am I not taking my kids to go to traveling? Why I'm not putting my kids to a freaking...
Because the traveling costs more than the house.
No, you know, actually, house costs more because it's more thing. You know, you don't look at it like, why am I not putting my kids to sport? Like, you see, that's how you need to stop comparing. So, like, when you're driving your car down the street and if a Ferrari pulls over, smiles and nods at you or even ignores you, don't mind it. Don't mind it. Look forward and just keep going.
Sit down. Be humble.
Cheers. What was your win of the week? You know, we talked about it, the win of the week.
My win of this week. Okay, recently we're in Canada, pot's legal, so I'm allowed to talk about this. I'd become a bit of a pothead recently, and this week I was like, weekends only, don't mess around. And I'm mostly stuck to it.
Wow! Okay.
Sorry, Mom.
Great. Okay. I can't believe it. Good job. But I never saw you as a pothead. That's like...
Oh, I was the biggest pothead in high school.
Wow. My win of the week is, you know what? I got my confidence back this week. Like, just today, by the way. Today is fresh off. Like, I got my confidence back, and I kind of understood my value.
Good job. This is a very good win.
That was a good win. I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. They like me, they're not like me, and what I'm gonna do.
Their loss.
Even if I lose my job, I lost it. That's how I saw it today. I was like, you know what? It is what it is. It's okay. It's okay.
Thanks for being with us for another week. We will see you in 2 days.
Yay.
Except that it'll be Dr. Lily and Dr. Lola.
Woo! Cheers.
Cheers.